सर्वांना नमस्कार. शाश्वत वेलफेअर फाउंडेशन मध्ये आपल्या सर्वांचं स्वागत आहे. आपण आज इथे भेटतो आहोत कारण इलेक्शन आणि AGM ह्या गोष्टी खूपच एकदम मोठ्या प्रमाणात चर्चा सुरू आहे सगळीकडे. तर कशा पद्धतीने इलेक्शन घ्यायची याच्याबद्दल आज आपण माहिती घेणार आहोत. ऍडव्होकेट पणीकर आपल्या सोबत आहेत. मी ऍडव्होकेट आशिष देशपांडेंना विनंती करते की त्यांनी ऍडव्होकेट पणीकर सरांची ओळख करून द्यावी.
धन्यवाद मॅडम. नमस्कार, मी ऍडव्होकेट आशिष देशपांडे आणि आजचा आपला जो मुद्दा आहे, आजचा जो टॉपिक आहे इलेक्शन. कोऑपरेटिव्ह हाऊसिंग सोसायटी यांचं इलेक्शन कसं कंडक्ट करावं, त्याची प्रोसिजर आणि त्याच्याशी रिलेटेड ज्या वेगवेगळे लीगल जे फॅक्ट्स आहेत आणि त्याचे वेगवेगळे जे ओपिनियन्स आहेत ते आपण आज सरांकडनं जाणून घेणार आहोत. ऍडव्होकेट सुरेश कुमार पाणीकरजी ह्यांनी BSc केलेलं आहे, MSc केलेलं आहे. यानंतर ह्यांनी LLM, LLB ॲज वेल एज LLM केलेलं आहे मुंबई युनिव्हर्सिटीमधनं. यांचा 32 वर्षाचा एक्सपिरियन्स आहे सिव्हिल ॲज वेल एज क्रिमिनल लिटिगेशन मध्ये. अगदी मॅजिस्ट्रेट कोर्टापासून ते सुप्रीम कोर्टापर्यंत ह्यांची प्रॅक्टिस आहे. काही अशाच देखील ह्यांनी मोठ्या केसेस सांभाळलेल्या आहेत ज्या थाउजंड्स ऑफ करोड्स, अक्षरशः 5,000 करोड पेक्षा जास्त मूल्याची असलेली केसेस देखील साहेबांनी व्यवस्थित सांभाळलेली आहे. आणि मी साहेबांचं आज स्वागत करतो आणि आपल्या सर्वांना मार्गदर्शन करण्यासाठी त्यांना विनंती करतो.
थँक्यू आशिष. Am I audible to you? Shashwat Foundation has taken this opportunity to be shared with all the audiences who are out there to enlighten you about the new election process. So it is my pleasure on behalf of Panikkar and Associates to address you all on this auspicious occasion. I would like to thank Madam Neeta Surve for having founded this foundation, which is doing a tremendous applaudable work, and I believe she was the one to catch up and do it on a very faster mode to bring it to you all about this cooperative housing society election process. You must be all aware that the government of Maharashtra had stayed the process of election to cooperative housing societies and other sectors of the cooperative sectors till 31st of August 2021. After 31st of August 2021, the government has not extended the stay which was earlier in force. So that goes to show now the election can be held. There is no stay to the elections. So coming to the election process, this election process is governed by the law known as Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Election to Committee Rules 2014 by way of an amendment of Rules 19, that is called Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Election to Committee Rules 2019 amendment, the notification of which has come on 6th of April 2021, with the result that these election rules have come into force from 7th of April 2021. It's a very new process. Earlier, the societies had 4 different societies by the name Type A Society, Type B Society, Type D Society, and there was no Type E Society, only up to D Society. Now what has happened is, by this amendment of 2019, which came into force from 7th of April 2021, the societies, the housing societies having less than or up to 250 members Means this particular process of the new rules will be applicable to 1 to 100, 250 members. That is minimum of 11 to 250 members. Whereas above 250, then the election rules with respect to D societies will go on. So here today we are concerned with only those cooperative housing societies where the membership is up to 250 members or less than 250 members as on 31st of March 2021. Clear? It is not applicable to those cooperative housing societies who has the membership strength above 250. Now the first election process is appointment of a returning officer. A returning officer has to be appointed by the existing managing committee either of the two ways. One is they appoint a returning officer from the panel approved by State Cooperative Election Authority, maintained by the divisional registrar. Means the divisional registrar has got a list of the returning officer empaneled by the State Cooperative Election Authority. Option number 2, the society can appoint a person from they themselves. That is, amongst now, suppose if a society has 200 members, they can appoint a person from their own committee, amongst their own members. When they have to do this? They have to do this 60 days, 60 days prior to the expiry of the term of the existing managing committee. The condition is that the person who is sought to be appointed as the returning officer should not be contesting the election, and he should not have any disqualification. The auditor of the society, the employee of the society, the member of the outgoing managing committee cannot be appointed as the returning officer. Then this particular returning officer who will be appointed has to undergo a training. The training is given by one, the District Cooperative Federation or any training institute notified by the state government. Let me tell you my experience. In my housing society, they requested me to be the returning officer. So the secretary told me that I have registered you for attending the training because they have to issue a certificate, etc., upon payment of 1,000 rupees. I'm very sorry to say the training which was given was not up to the mark. Rather, I should say it was totally unsatisfactory as far as I am concerned. There were many areas which they did not know about the new election rules. Now, suppose the society fails to appoint a returning officer after the expiry of the term before 60 days. Now, here the 60 days will count from 1st of September because earlier there was a stay. If the society fails to do so, then the concerned registrar, now as far as Bombay is concerned, Mumbai is concerned, we have several deputy registrars and assistant registrar who are given the charge of a particular ward. So under this new rules, those registrars are empowered to appoint a returning officer, of course from the panel maintained by the divisional joint registrar. The task number 1 of the society for conducting the elections is preparation of electoral roll, that is voters list. The voters list, what is called as a provisional list, has to be prepared by the existing managing committee and publish it. This provisional list should contain first surname, then name, then father's or husband's name, age, gender with address in alphabetical order. But I don't understand one thing. When it is written father's or husband's name, why there should not be wife's name also? Why only husband should come always? That you have to answer. So once this provisional list is supplied, it should be displayed on the notice board. It should be available with the society to be supplied to the members upon demand. Then, after going through the provisional list, the members whose names are included there, or those who feel that their names are omitted from there, or there are objections to the list, then such member who is a member or associate member or a joint member or a provisional member, within 10 days from the date of publication of the provisional list, should, if they desire, raise their objections or claims in writing to the returning officer. Remember, it should be addressed to the returning officer. In my society, I have seen, instead of clear-cut instructions given that objections be addressed to the returning officer, many members were addressing the objections to the secretary or the chairperson. That is invalid. And these objections should have a base. The objection should be in writing, showing their reasons why it should be changed. A minor error in the spelling or in the name is not a major objection. Now there are joint members. There are cases of that some member has left, some member has expired. All those things, that why a person doesn't find his or her name in the provisional list, should give such objections in writing with supporting documents to the returning officer within 10 days from the date of publication of the provisional list. The returning officer, in turn, should decide these objections within another 10 days from the last date of receiving objections, and intimate to the objectors or the claimants in writing that your objection is valid or your objection is not sustainable. Either of this. Then one more aspect. In a cooperative housing society, the members need not be always an individual member. It can be a company, it can be a partnership firm, it can be a corporate body, it can be a local authority, it can be an association of persons, a legal body. In that case, the authorized director or the authorized partner or the person who is so authorized can intimate the returning officer that who will be their representative to take part in the elections. This also should be done in 10 days time from the date of publication of the provisional list. Thereafter, the returning officer will have to finalize the list of voters list which are final, that we call it as final list of voters, and this should be done in a given format given under the rules 2014. That form is called as E3(1), and this should be published within 2 days from the date of preparation. Now, in one of the cases which came across me, that after the final list is published, the changes are not possible. So one of the association of persons have written to me that no, you have shown that there are no voters against our name unless and until the election program is declared. How can I send a representative? I said, I'm sorry, boss. The rules provide for, we cannot help you. So my contention is, once the list is finalized, there is no question of changing it. After this final list, which is to be displayed on the notice board, if the societies have a group of members in a WhatsApp group, it can be published in the WhatsApp group by the returning officer. Then comes the next process of the election, that is what is called as the publication of election program. Now here I would like to say one important thing. Once the election program is announced, the code of conduct comes into picture. That is, the managing committee of the society can do only their routine work. No new major decision can be taken. And if they take it, they will be doing at their individual risk, which is not permissible. Now, what is this election program? In the election program, one is that what is the date of the declaration of election? That this is the date of declaration of the election process. Then comes the last date of making nomination. That should be within 5 days from the date of declaration. So the process is, the nomination should flow from the within 5 days from the date of declaration of the date of election. Now suppose if the returning officer declares that the date of declaration of the program is 10th of September. So the nomination has to be made between 10 and 15 or 1 day extra, that is maximum 60. These nomination forms have to be filed in a particular format. This particular format is given at form number 5. This is the form in which the nomination is filed. That is E5, form number E5. Now for filing the nominations, there should be one proposer and there should be one seconder and there should be a candidate. These proposers or the seconders should be from the voters list. Nobody else can make nominations. It should be properly filled in without any mistakes. Serial number in the voters list should be specifically mentioned. There is an important thing here which you should know. The most important thing is there is a declaration. The declaration says that he is not disqualified under section 73CA of the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act 1960. Many of us may not be knowing what is disqualification. Now, as far as the cooperative housing society is concerned, the main disqualification are three. There are many. One of the disqualifications they have is that they are not defaulters of the society. That is payment of dues to the society. He should not be declared as a defaulter. Number two, that he should not be convicted of an offense having punished for more than a year. And number three, that the contesting candidate should not have more than 2 children after 2001. If he is having a third child, he will be disqualified. So these are the things which are there given in the form number E5. Now, apart from this, the nominations are given category wise. There are 5 categories. Now, in case of a society which has about up to 100 members, the number of general category candidates are 6 in number, and the number of women candidates are 2 in number. Number of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe candidates, either of them, only 1 in number. OBC candidates, 1 in number. Vimukta Jati, nomadic tribes, socially backward class, 1 number. So there will be total 11 in case of the societies having membership up to 100. The second case is 100 to 200. Here, the number of total post for managing committee is 13. The exception is in the general category there will be 8. Again, women 2, SC/ST 1, OBC 1, VJNT SBC 1. The number of general categories added. Similarly, if the number of members are 200 to 250, then it will be general will be 10. The rest are the same. That is 2, 1, 1, 1. Total will be 15. So when you fill up the forms, the candidate should mention on the top of the form under which category they are filing the nomination. Women should mention women, general should mention general, whereas this reservation of SC/ST, OBC, VJ, ND, SBC are concerned, they have to give a declaration on the form, plus they have to attach the certificate of their caste issued by the competent authority. If they do not produce the original, and if they do not attach the certified self-attested copy of the certificates, they will not be considered as coming within the category of SC or ST, OBC or VJND or SBC. That is a must. All the candidates should give their photo identity card by way of Aadhaar card, original for verification, and self-attested photocopy to be attached to the form. So this is how the nomination is filed. So the nomination comes within 5 days after the date of declaration of the election, date from the date of declaration of the election. Then the returning officer will have to publish the number of nominations received by him till the last date. If 20 are received, the name should be arranged serially depending on the date and time of the receipt of nominations. Once the nominations are received, then comes what is called as scrutiny. Scrutiny is on the next day. Now suppose 15th of September was the last date for receiving the nominations. The scrutiny should be on 16th. It is the job of the returning officer. The candidates can attend. If there are objection to the nominations, which is seen by them in the previous day, they can write to the returning officer stating their objections. Based on the grounds of objection, then the returning officer will decide the objection after hearing the party, and he will publish the valid list of nominations on the next day. Now suppose 15th was the last date of making nomination, 16th is the date of scrutiny, 17th he will publish the valid nominations. Once the valid nominations are coming forward and put forth on the board of the society or by electronic means, then there is chance for withdrawal of the candidature. So the election process begins with declaration of dates, last date of nomination, scrutiny, publication of valid nomination. Then comes the withdrawal of candidature. Now suppose there are 20 candidates who have come forward and they may think that I do not want to withdraw. I want to withdraw or I do not want to withdraw. those who want to withdraw, they can withdraw their nominations within 15 days. For this withdrawal, there is a particular format called as form number E6. They have to fill it and submit to the returning officer. Now, suppose if 16th was the day where the valid nominations are published, then by 1st of October, there should be the last date for withdrawal of nomination. Once the nominations are finalized, then the returning officer will finalize the list of the contesting candidates. The finalization of the candidates will be in a particular form called Form E7. And this form will be in the alphabetical, these names will be in the alphabetical order, beginning with surname, names, and it should be preferably in the language in which the provisional list or the final list of the voters. Now, while filling the nomination forms, there is a column for choosing the symbols. These symbols are provided by the state cooperative election authorities, which will be shown to you by the returning officer, or you can post it in the WhatsApp group or make it available in the society's office. You can choose any three, 1, 2, 3 as your symbol. It is to the discretion of the returning officer as to what should be given to you. Another interesting feature is this: more than 30% of the candidates can form a group. For example, if Mr. Dilip Shirsagar makes a group of 13 people, and all the 13 people under an application signed by every one of them request the returning officer, sir, give us this particular symbol, then the returning officer can, at his discretion, allot a symbol. So all these 13 candidates will have one symbol. This is one of the latest feature in this particular election, which was also there at the last time when it was under these societies. Then in the election program, it also has to be declared the date of the poll. The date of here, it is a tricky situation that suppose there are 13 posts and there are only 13 valid nominations, and category wise it is befitting, then there will be no poll. Then what happens is that the returning officer will have to call for the special general body meeting, and he will have to declare that there is no election. These candidates have become elected uncontested. Now suppose if there are 20 candidates and number of posts are 13, then there has to be an election. There has to be a poll, and that poll should not be earlier than 7 days from the date of final list of contesting candidates. Means it should be after that 7 days from the date of publication of final list of candidates. Here there is a flaw in the rules which is formed by the government of Maharashtra. They have forgotten to write there not later than dash days. Only they are given not earlier than 7 days. So the maximum limit they have not done. So while I was undergoing the training, I called upon the trainer that this question I had asked him. They were not prepared to understand that such a provision is not there. I made them understand, read again. Then they understood it. Then they understood that there is a flaw. So I cannot fill up that how many days is the outer limit, but I can say that after 7 days there should be election. And an important thing here, which I just did not mention, you have to give deposit to the returning officer at the time of filing the nominations for all the candidates except the candidates belonging to SC or ST category, the deposit is rupees 500, 500. And those candidates from the SC or ST category, the deposit is only 200 rupees. Now, in my society, in the last elections, 2016, I believe, some of the candidates have told me there was an election officer who was appointed from the panel. He collected the deposits, but he never returned it. So one candidate was actually arguing with me, why should we give you deposit? I said, don't give me deposit. The law says give it to the returning officer. Now this is a refundable deposit. Now when this cannot be returned. So I explained to him that when this cannot be returned. This cannot be returned if that candidate is scoring less than 10% of the total votes polled. That is, if there are 100 votes polled, if he is getting only 9 votes, then this amount will be forfeited. Otherwise, after the election is over, this amount can be returned to the candidates and the forfeited amount will go to the society. And these can be paid either by cash or by check to the returning officer and not to the society. Another important factor is when the returning officer receives the nomination, you will find in form number E5 at the bottom there is a receipt. He has to issue them a receipt of having received the nomination with the date and time written there specifically under his signature and the stamp. Every nomination form will have the stamp of the society. That is in almost all the forms. Now once this deposit is given and once the nominations are received, a task which the returning officer has to do is, at the end of the form number 5, the receipt is given. How will he separate it out? It's a 2-page document. So my suggestion is that the returning officer should print the receipt from the bottom of that particular form number E5 and give it to them. And while receiving the nominations, he should give them a receipt. In all respect possibility, he should give them a withdrawal form also. If you desire, you can give it to me. Or he should make it available in the society anytime you collect it before 15 days. Another provision is that every candidate can have an agent. We call it an election agent, just like what we find in municipal corporation, MLA, MP elections. He should be from the voters list and the candidate should appoint it. Then comes the polling date. Polling date, as I said, not earlier than 7 days from the date of publication of valid nomination. But maximum limit is not given there. They could not give an answer to me. The law is silent on that by mistake. The presiding officer will decide where the election is to be held, what is the date and day of the election, and what is the time of the election. Say for 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., say 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., whatever that is as per his discretion, which depends on his mind that how much time it should take. A returning officer cannot do all this work all alone. He will require the help of a handful of people upon his wisdom. So he has a right to appoint polling officers who will assist him in the election process, especially on the election day. The number of such polling officers is the discretion of the returning officer. Kindly remember, I had asked a question to my trainers of the federation that what about the remuneration payable to the returning officer and to the polling officers? Because this particular election process is a 60 days election process, 60. And do you mean to say that they should work and give their valuable time free of cost? Then they said it is up to the society to compensate the returning officer at their discretion and their polling officers. So then I asked him, what about chai pani, lunch, khana pina? And they said that the society will provide. or I have to pack my lunch box and bring there, and I should ask the polling officers to share it from my dabba. Then now we are reaching the polling day. Restrictions. No campaign is permitted within 100 meters of the polling station. From the polling station, no campaign is permitted within 100 meters. And if anybody violates it, the returning officer may say that I will cancel your candidature. So that is his discretion. No. So be careful. Even if Dilip Sirhanagar is going to make a group of 13 people and make Jindabad Murdabad outside, the returning officer can say, Baba, I am cancelling. So that is one of the things. Second thing is that we have heard of booth capturing especially in the northern state of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. So kindly don't do here booth capturing, rigging, and distracting the polling machineries. If that is being done, if any riot, affray, obstruction, police intervention happens, then the returning officer can cancel the date of election. The election process will be stalled and stayed, and the date will be announced later on. Now, when you enter the polling station, first there will be your verification of your identity. You will be issued nomination papers. There will be signature of the returning officer on the nomination paper on the backside. There will be seal of the society. But remember, there will not be any serial number on your nomination paper. The serial number will be there only on the counterfoil. What is the reason? Now suppose serial number 1 is there on the counterfoil, and the nomination also has number 1, and Shirsagar takes the form number 3. I can easily say that Shirsagar has voted who? So therefore, the secrecy of the election will be lost. Therefore, remember that no nomination papers will have the serial number on the nomination paper, but in counterfoil, yes. Why counterfoil, yes? To count how many how many ballot paper, I'm using the word sorry, extremely sorry. How many ballot paper has gone? The ballot paper will have to be arranged again in alphabetical order. And against their name, there should be a symbol. And after the symbol, there will be one particular place for marking, X marking issue. And in order to ensure that before you move forward for casting your votes, we will ink your left finger, that is this particular finger on the left, that will be inked by us, so that you will not come again and vote, though we can recognize you. So you collect your ballot paper, move to the polling stations. There will be different polling stations totally covered. While casting the votes, remember, you are not exceeding the number of votes available to you. Now, for example, 13. So general will be 8, women will be 2, and the rest of the 1, 1, 1, 1. I advise the society to have 2 different ballot papers. One ballot paper for the general candidates and one ballot paper for the reserve candidates. Women, SC, ST, NTDT, VJ, VJ, SBC, they should have a different. And I also suggest both the nomination paper should have different colors. Why this is, I'll tell you later. Then there is a ballot box. So before the election begins, the returning officer will take the battalion of candidates, open the box and show, Baba, ये देखो इसका अंदर कुछ नहीं है, ये पूरा एम्प्टी है, आप इसका अंदर देख लीजिए. उसके बाद में उसको सील करते हैं और साइन लेते हैं जो भी प्रेजेंट है. फिर बैलेट बॉक्स रखा जाएगा. After the casting of the votes, please see that the folding method, you have to fold it vertically so that the stamp which is there will go against your name. Fold it properly and put it in the box and then exit. Precaution. While putting the stamping, don't put the stamp on the line. between two candidates, because that will be invalid. If your ink spreads to two candidates' name, that ballot paper will be invalid. So take precaution. This is a precious vote, entrusting the management of the society for 5 years to a group of people who are expected to be honest, dedicated, and serving the people of the society. Nowadays, the maximum allegations come against the managing committee members. इसने पैसा खाया, वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में पैसा खाया, पेंडिंग में पैसा खाया, फ्रॉड में पैसा खाया, और रीडेवलपमेंट में तो बहुत ही खाया. ये सब आ जाते हैं. तो आपको जिसको सेलेक्ट करने का है, सोच समझ के सेलेक्ट कीजिए. कई सोसाइटी के पास बहुत सारे प्रॉपर्टीज है, कई सोसाइटी के पास कुछ भी नहीं है, तो रिपेयर, मेंटेनेंस, पेंटिंग, जो भी काम आएगा, ये सब मैनेजिंग कमेटी देखने वाले हैं. आपको एक ही चांस मिलेगा जब जनरल मीटिंग्स होते हैं, तब रेस करने के लिए. तो सोच समझ के आपका अच्छे कैंडिडेट को आप जैसे चाहते हो, आप उनको इलेक्ट कर सकते हैं. यदि आप चाहते हैं कि हमको बुरा ही कैंडिडेट चाहिए, वो भी आप कर सकते हैं. तो मेरा अब इसकी बात नहीं हो एज ए रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर. सो देन इलेक्शन का टाइम होने के बाद 4 बजे को घंटी बजेगा. समझो कि 10 to 4 इलेक्शन है, 4 बजे को घंटी बजेगा. जितने भी 4 बजे के अंदर लोग लाइन में है, उनको लिया जाएगा, बाकी किसी को नहीं लिया जाएगा. इलेक्शन इज क्लोज्ड. और इलेक्शन होने के बाद सब कैंडिडेट को बुलाएगा. देखो ये खत्म हो गया, इलेक्शन खत्म हो गया. देन दिस बैलेट बॉक्सेस कैन बी टेकन बाय द रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर and kept in his custody not for more than 3 days, because the counting has to take place not later than 3rd day. समझो 15 तारीख को 2nd ऑक्टोबर 10 अक्टूबर को इलेक्शन हो गया, तो 12 तारीख का अंदर उसका काउंटिंग होना चाहिए. मेरा एडवाइस है आप उसी दिन काउंटिंग करो, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं जाएगा. काउंटिंग करने का टाइम आपको क्या देखना चाहिए? अभी मैंने कहा है कि 2 बैलेट पेपर है, तो पहले आप एक बैलेट पेपर सब कैंडिडेट या उनके एजेंट का सामने खोल दीजिए और उसको एक बंच ऑफ 25 का बंच बना दीजिए. 100 जन हो गया, 25 का 4 बंच हो गया. फिर पहले आपका टास्क है फाइंड आउट विच आर द इनवैलिड बैलेट पेपर्स. इनवैलिड को बाजू में रख दीजिए, क्योंकि 13 सीट है, 14 वोट हो गया काम से. और कोई ब्लैंक आ गया, किसी ने वोट ही नहीं दिया, कोई सोचते कि मेरे को किसको वोट ही करने के नहीं, सब लोग चोर लोग हैं, तो उसको भी बाजू में रख दीजिए, काउंट नहीं किया जाएगा. फिर एक एक लॉट में इलेक्शन का काउंटिंग का एक शीट बना दीजिए, प्रॉपर शीट. उसमें एक जगह पर नाम लीजिए, दूसरा जगह पर कॉलम ने 1 2 3 to 25 लिख दीजिए. इलेक्शन में आपका रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर का पोलिंग ऑफिसर रहेंगे, उन लोग नाम पुकारेंगे. क्षीरसागर साहब यस 1, राम प्रसाद साहब 2, ऐसा उसे टिक 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 करके 25 का लॉट खत्म कीजिए. फिर नेक्स्ट 25 लीजिए, उसको खत्म करो, टोटल करो, आपको मिल जाएगा किसको कितना वोट मिला है. सिमिलरली एक बॉक्स खत्म हो गया, दूसरा बॉक्स लाइए जनरल कैंडिडेट का, उसका भी सेम प्रोसेस में आप कर दीजिए. आपका एजेंट, उस इलेक्शन एजेंट या इलेक्शन कैंडिडेट उधर खड़े हैं, उनको तो देख सकते हैं कि इधर क्या हो रहा है, कुछ मैनिपुलेशन हो रहा है क्या, क्षीरसागर साहब को इसने 2 वोट ज्यादा दिया है क्या, या उसका कम किया है क्या, ये सब उन लोग देख सकते हैं. तो आफ्टर द इलेक्शन इज ओवर, काउंटिंग इज डन. आफ्टर द काउंटिंग इज डन, एक्चुअली इट इज ए जनरल बॉडी कम पोलिंग. जनरल बॉडी का पहले से ही आप नोटिस दे दो, स्पेशल जनरल बॉडी मीटिंग, और उसमें आप इलेक्शन रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर कर दीजिए कि ये 13 कैंडिडेट्स आ गए. इसमें एक बात और मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि 13 कैंडिडेट्स हैं, समझे से 13 कैंडिडेट्स हैं, उसमें से समझो कि विमेन कैंडिडेट का 2 ही में नॉमिनेशन फॉर्म आए हैं, तो फिर विमेन कैटेगरी में इलेक्शन नहीं होगा, फिर बाकी जन का इलेक्शन होगा, बिकॉज दे आर डिक्लेयर्ड इलेक्टेड अनअपोज्ड. दे आर डिक्लेयर्ड इलेक्टेड अनअपोज्ड. अभी आपका रिजल्ट आ गया, इलेक्शन का रिजल्ट आएगा, सब लोग कुछ फटाकड़ी फोड़ना चालू, डांस करना चालू। पैंडेमिक है, संभालना भैया, पुलिस जल्दी आ जाएगी। एंड ये सब होने के बाद आपको डिक्लेयर करना है आपका इलेक्शन का रिजल्ट, इलेक्शन ऑफिसर करेंगे, सॉरी रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर इसको करेंगे। और देर इज एन ये इलेक्शन का एक खत्म इलेक्शन रिजल्ट फॉर्म नंबर E17 में उनको डिक्लेयर करना है। अभी एक पोजीशन आ सकता है, देर इज वन प्रॉब्लम विल कम इन काउंटिंग। समझो क्षीरसागर साहब को 50 वोट मिला और दूसरा एक कैंडिडेट है उसको भी 50 वोट मिला, इक्वल वोट हो गया, तो आप क्या करोगे? तो कानून ये कहता है एक एडिशनल वोट किसी को दे दो। ये एडिशनल वोट किस तरह से दिया जाएगा? लॉटरी निकालो, एक लॉट में, एक लोटा में आप दोनों का नाम लिखो, क्षीरसागर साहब, राम सागर साहब। किसी बच्चे को बोलो इसमें से एक का नाम निकालो, तो जिसका नाम आता है उसको एक एडिशनल वोट दिल गया, तो क्षीरसागर साहब को मिला तो वो 51 में इलेक्ट हो गए। दिस इज द प्रोसीजर टू बी डन। जैसा मैंने आपको कहा है कि अगर इलेक्शन बंद हो जाता है ड्यू टू एनी रीजन, राइटिंग हो गया, रिगिंग हो गया, मारामारी हो गया, तो फिर सोसाइटी का मिनट्स बुक में इसका एंट्री होना जरूरी है बाय द रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर। अभी इलेक्शन हो गया, सब खत्म हो गया, कैंडिडेट्स सब खुशी मनाने के लिए जाएंगे, बचा कौन? रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर और बेचारा उसका पोलिंग ऑफिसर। उसके बाद में कोई भी उसको पूछता भी नहीं, तो उनको बोझ बिस्तरा बांधना पड़ेगा। तो बोझ बिस्तरा किस तरह से बांधा जाता है? एक पर्टिकुलर ब्रीफ केस में सब इलेक्शन का मटेरियल, नॉमिनेशन से लेके, लिस्ट से लेके ए टू Z उसका अंदर डालो, उसको ताला लगाओ और सोसाइटी का हाथ में दे दो। सोसाइटी इसको खजाने की तरफ 6 महीना संभालिए, 6 मंथ, 6 महीने के बाद इसको आप डिस्ट्रॉय कर सकते हैं। और दूसरी, अभी नेक्स्ट स्टेप रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर का अभी हवा लास्ट लेग पर आ रहा है टाटा बोलने के लिए, तो उनको एक मीटिंग बुलाना पड़ेगा। जितना इलेक्टेड कैंडिडेट्स है उसका मीटिंग बुलाओ, और उसके लिए उनको 7 दिन का टाइम देना पड़ता है। गिव देम 7 days टाइम फॉर कॉलिंग दिस मीटिंग। और उसमें अकॉर्डिंग टू द लॉ यू इलेक्ट द ऑफिस बर्स, द चेयरमैन, द सेक्रेटरी, द ट्रेजरर, ऑल दिस ऑन दैट डे एज पर योर बाइलॉ। बाइलॉ में क्या बोलते हैं, कितना जन को क्या सीट देने का है, कितना पोजीशन देने का, और उसमें आपका डिसाइड होगा। उसमें उधर रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर का सामने कोई बोलेगा मैं इसको प्रपोज करता हूं, मैं इनको प्रपोज करता हूं, हाथ ऊपर करो जो इसको सपोर्ट करते हैं, वो सेक्रेटरी हो गया या चेयरपर्सन हो गया या ट्रेजरर हो गया। तो उसके बाद में आपको रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर टाटा बाय बाय कहते हैं। किसी और को तकलीफ पहुंचाएगा रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर का स्ट्रिक्टनेस का वजह से, किसी और को और भी कुछ तकलीफ हुआ रहेगा, जो भी तकलीफ हुआ उस दिन मिच्छामी दुग्धम बोल के खत्म करो। सबको टाटा बोल के रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर अपना घर पे जाएंगे। आप 5 साल आप सोसाइटी को संभालिए, और फिर आने वाला 5 साल के बाद फिर से इलेक्शन होगा। अगर इलेक्शन को नलिफाई नहीं करते हैं, कोई इलेक्शन का चैलेंज करते हैं कि बाबा इलेक्शन में गड़बड़ हुआ, तो आप जाएंगे कोऑपरेटिव कोर्ट में, आप बोलेंगे इलेक्शन बराबर नहीं है, मैटर उधर क्या होता है पता नहीं, लेकिन 5 साल में। लेकिन मैं आपको एक बात बताना चाहूंगा इधर, ये मेरा पर्सनल ओपिनियन है कि ये जो सोसाइटी का जो पीरियड 5 साल करके गलती किया है, 5 साल नहीं रहना चाहिए था, 3 साल बहुत था, क्योंकि 5 साल बहुत लंबा चौड़ा पीरियड होते हैं, उसका उतनी जरूरत नहीं था, 3 साल में खत्म करना चाहिए था। लेकिन हमारे जो लॉ मेकर्स ने उसने क्या सोचा है, जो ये इलेक्शन जो है, जैसा पार्लियामेंट का इलेक्शन है, असेंबली का इलेक्शन है, म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन का इलेक्शन है, जिला पंचायत का इलेक्शन है, जिला परिषद का इलेक्शन है, जिस तरह से वो होता है द सेम इन लोगों ने इधर भी एप्लीकेशन किया। इस टाइम एटलीस्ट ये बात अच्छा हुआ कि ये इलेक्शन में कोऑपरेटिव हाउसिंग सोसाइटी जिसका स्ट्रेंथ 250 मेंबर्स करनी चाहिए, उनके लिए ये कानून लेकर आए हैं। इसका ऊपर होगा तो टाइप डी सोसाइटी का जिस तरह से इलेक्शन होते हैं रूल्स 2014 के हिसाब से चलेगा। सो दिस इज व्हाट ऑल आई वांट टू से। देयर इज नथिंग मोर आई नीड टू ऐड। अगर मैडम नीता सुर्वे मुझसे कुछ सवाल इसमें से पूछना चाहते हो तो 4-5 सवाल में आपका जवाब करूंगा।
Yes, sir.
अगर आप में से किसी को भी कोई डाउट हो इन फ्यूचर में, कि you can contact us through Madam Neeta Surve, through her foundation. We will be ready to extend our services at that particular time when you contact us, train you further for each and every societies whom you are representing. And I hope that I made it simple and easy to understand to all the participants. कुछ 9 messages है chat box में. Madam,
ये सर जी इन्होंने पहले पूछा, एक क्वेश्चन है कि 8 मेंबर्स की सोसाइटी है तो हमें भी ये पूरा प्रोसीजर करना पड़ेगा क्या?
अभी मैंने आपको कहा है कि टोटल नंबर ऑफ सोसाइटीज 8 मेंबर का सोसाइटी नहीं होता है, मिनिमम तो 10 होना चाहिए मैडम.
नहीं, 8 नंबर का सोसाइटी है तो भी उनको इलेक्शन करना पड़ेगा. उन्हें शायद 5 मेंबर्स इलेक्टेड रहते हैं शायद.
नहीं, इलेक्शन तो करना ही पड़ेगा इफ द नंबर ऑफ पीपल एस्पायरिंग टू बिकम द कैंडिडेट द मेंबर्स आर मोर. 8 जन का होएगा तो अभी उनका मिनिमम नंबर से ज्यादा आएगा.
और फिर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज के चेक जो डिपॉजिट का देना है वो किसके नाम पे देना है, सोसाइटी के नाम पे या रजिस्टर के नाम?
इसका जवाब बोल दिया है कि रिटर्निंग ऑफिस नाम से देना है आपको.
यस. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज ई फॉर्म्स कहाँ से मिलेंगे, इलेक्शन फॉर्म्स?
इलेक्शन फॉर्म्स का जो फॉर्मेट है वो सब ये रूल्स में अवेलेबल है. अगर आपको फॉर्म्स चाहिए तो आपको फेडरेशन में मिलेगा. आपको अगर चाहिए तो हम लोगों को अगर पूछा जाएगा तो हम लोग भी आपको प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. उसके लिए शाश्वत फाउंडेशन का मैडम को आप कांटेक्ट कीजिए, वो मैडम आपको फॉर्म फ्री में सप्लाई करेंगे ईमेल के जरिए.
यस, थैंक यू सर. Society can decide how much compensation to be paid to the returning officer if he is from member of the society, but how much compensation should be paid to the empaneled returning officer?
एमपैनल का मेरा ये कहना है कि उनका खुद का कुछ रेट्स है जो एग्जैक्टली उन लोग कितने देते हैं मुझे पता नहीं. मैंने ये सवाल पूछा गया तो पिछले टाइम ट्रेनर ने मुझे कहा गया कि वो 10,000 भी 10,000 का आसपास का कुछ फिगर बोल रहे थे, लेकिन 60 डेज का काम करने के लिए कोई प्रोफेशनल आपको 10,000 में काम नहीं करेंगे. और कोई वॉलंटियरली करते हैं, प्यार से करते हैं, सोसाइटी को इतना लगाव है तो कर लेंगे.
2-3 है क्वेश्चन सर. मैं हूँ I had asked register whether the defaulters can vote. तो नहीं कर सकते ना वो?
नहीं कर सकते.
If a person doing real estate business in society is disqualified for standing election.
Yes.
Yes.
और अभी चैट मैसेज में और कुछ आया है. If an election was held before 31st August, is valid? No, it is not valid.
Member who is not a joint holder can become a MC member.
See, there are 3 types of members which they have mentioned there: joint member or associate member. Either of them can become an MC member.
Yes. बाकी सर क्वेश्चन जो है मैं मेल से उनको आंसर कर दूंगी. आपको सबको मेल से आंसर आ जाएंगे. टाइम बहुत हो गया है सर जी, तो आपने इतना टाइम दिया और हमें इतना अच्छा मार्गदर्शन किया, इसके लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. थैंक यू वेरी मच. और ऐसे ही आप हमारे से जुड़े रहिए, ये मैं आपके आशा करती हूँ. और मैं ये सेमिनार खत्म करती हूँ. थँक यू.
सर्वांना माझा नमस्कार विनंती. आपण भेटूया पुढच्या वेळी.
नमस्कार. थँक यू सर. थँक यू व्हेरी मच.